Wonderful social studies students. This is the last of these you will see from me. This is our last lesson of the year in social studies, and I have a lot of mixed feelings about that, as I will get to. But for the moment, your learning target is I can take a side on an issue, make a claim using facts and details from a text source. Your language target is that you can do this by reading the text and by writing a response in the slideshow. So again, there's your learning target in different language to match Mr. Cohen's slide. And there's the link to the text in the yellow box. And then the blue box, instead of a link to a Google form or some other response, you're going to continue on in this Pear Deck slideshow. And there are two places for you to add a response. There is a move the icon to the text box that you most agree with after reading the article, and then a place for you to write a sentence or two where you give your response to answer that question using some evidence from the text. And that's it. And it hardly feels to me like a year in social studies. I feel like we've been robbed of so much time by the school closure due to the coronavirus. I mean, just in the Civil War alone, we have missed so much of this epic conflict, which was the biggest conflict in American history in terms of American lives lost, in terms of how much it cost the American people in money, in terms of how it changed the American nation. And when you consider what is going on today besides the coronavirus, the protests over the police shootings of unarmed African Americans, these are issues that have their roots that go to the Civil War and even beyond to the founding of the country and even to the first Europeans that set foot on American soil. It is a tragedy to miss time to weave all of these connections, and our distance learning just didn't allow it. Not only that, you know me and how I feel about the civics. We have a presidential election coming up in the fall, and we couldn't really wrap any of that up. I feel we did okay covering the primaries, but there is so much more politics to cover, and we just had no time with our restrictions on the amount of content you could be provided to cover any of this. Or if I chose this, I would have had to leave out so much American history. So students, the reality is, as of Friday, school is out for the summer. I just want to say a heartfelt thank you for a wonderful year in social studies. It has been my pleasure to be your social studies teacher. I wish every one of you the best as bulldogs and the best of your lives as you go forward. I can't wait to see the wonderful things that you accomplish. Again, thank you. And again, happy summer.